Hello, guys. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Am I audible? Am I audible and visible? Am I audible and visible? Tell me. Hello, Versa. Okay. Okay. Hello, Rakshita. Good evening, Versa. Hello, Swab. Where is your pair? Swab, where is your pair? Hello, Sarad. Let everyone join. Then we will start the class. Hello, Santosh. Santosh. Okay. Santosh Kunar. Good evening, Eva Chaudhary. Okay. Good evening. Hello, Aspurti. Okay, so everyone present? Hello, Amulya. Everyone present now? Abhigyan? Still he has not joined the class. Now it's right. It's now CA Santosh Kumar. Okay. At that time it was hello Chandana. Okay, hope I think everyone is present now. So let's start with the revision. Shall I proceed? I'm watching the messages, live chats. Okay, we'll give 2 more minutes to join. Hi Chandan. We'll give 2 more minutes to join because usually I prefer 5 minutes delay in online class, during online class. Let's join everyone. It's 1 minute more. Chandan. My Suru na? Chandan? CSCS? CSCS Chandan, right? So now the time is over. Let's start with revision. See what we have discussed yesterday. First, we will discuss the what whatever we have studied yesterday, we will just keep an eye on that, and then we'll proceed for proportion, right? Swab, it depends upon classes. Okay, it depends upon classes. I can't say you the ending time because today is so cold, sir. Oh ho, so cold. Oh ho, means you are you are feeling very what you can say cool, right? I think you are feeling very cool. Cold environment is very good, yeah. Swab. And what about your partner, Swab? What about your partner? Where is your partner? So let's start. Let's start. See what we have discussed yesterday. We have discussed a relation in which one quantity bears to another quantity of the same kind. And oh, congratulations, dear Chandan. Congratulations. So we have discussed the definition of ratio, that a relation in which one quantity bears to another quantity of the same kind. And next topic was what ratio expresses. Ratio expresses how many times the one quantity is greater than or less than the other. Okay, then we have discussed about concept of trichotomy, means law of trichotomy. If A and B are two numbers, then there's possibility only three relations, either A is greater than B, A is less than B, or A is equal to B. And remember one thing, A is not greater than B means A is strictly greater than B. Okay, A is strictly less than B, and A is equal to B. Clear? Clear? Now, notation for ratio. What we have studied, notation for ratio means A and B are two quantities, then A is to B. A ratio B, this was the notation, and this is just nothing but A upon B, read as A is to B. Okay, then what A in A is to B, what is A and what is B? A was said to be, A is said to be antecedent and B as consequent. Clear? And antecedent and consequent must be of same kind. Clear? Then we have discussed the properties of ratio. If antecedent and consequent are multiplied or divided by same non-zero constant, then the value of ratio remains unaltered, means unchanged. Clear? Clear? Unchanged. Now see the second one. I have given the example. We have seen the example yesterday, so I'm not going to discuss all the examples. Okay, so next, comparison of two ratios is possible if denominators are reduced and make equal. Comparison of two ratios is possible only when denominator are reduced and made equal. Means if there are two ratios, then we must made equal the denominators. Okay, now note, usually ratio is expressed in their simplest form or lowest term. Okay, order of terms is important. Order of terms is important in case of ratio, means A ratio B. We cannot write A ratio B as B ratio A. Niranjan, they will not understand Hindi. Okay, वो हिंदी नहीं समझेंगे भाई. They are from South India. Okay, very few students can understand Hindi. Okay, Niranjan. Now, third, ratio exists between quantity of same kind. Okay, quantities which are to be compared must be in the same unit. Okay, quantities which are to be compared must be in the same unit. In order to compare two ratios, we must convert them in equal like fraction. I have discussed yesterday. Okay, now next one, if a quantity increases or decreases in the ratio A ratio B, means increases or decreases, then new quantity will be equal to B of the original quantity A. Clear? Then I have discussed multiplying ratio, or what you say, factor, the fraction by which the original quantity is multiplied to get a new quantity. Then we have discussed about compounding of ratio. Then I have told you that if there are several ratios, then compound ratio will be equal to the ratio of product of antecedents and product of consequent. Clear? Then we have discussed about types of ratio. We have discussed inverse ratio, A ratio B. If A ratio B, then B ratio is its inverse, and it's vice versa, and vice versa also. See, means if B ratio A, then A ratio B is its inverse. And If A ratio B, then we say A square ratio B square as duplicate, root A ratio root B as subduplicate, AQ ratio BQ as triplicate, cube root of A ratio cube root of B as subtriplicate. Clear? And I have gone through some examples too, and I have discussed ratio of equality. Means if antecedent is greater than consequent, we say it greater inequality. If antecedent is strictly less than consequent, then it's lesser inequality. If antecedent is equal to consequent, then it is said equal equality or simple equality. Clear? Any doubt? Any doubt, kids? Any doubt? No? Okay, then next I have discussed about commensurable and uncommensurable ratio. Means if the ratio of two similar quantities can be expressed as a ratio of two integers, then that's said to be commensurable. And if it cannot be expressed as ratio of two integers, then we say it as uncommensurable ratio. Is that clear? Okay, and then we have gone through some questions. Okay, so now what I have discussed, just basic concepts. I have completed the basic concept. Clear? Just it has been completed. Now today we will go for basic concepts of proportions. Okay, today we will go for basic concepts of proportion, and then by tomorrow we will discuss module session. Means chapter 1 and chapter 2 of module will be discussed completely. Okay, so let's start proportion. Let's start proportion. The topic of proportion. Proportion. See, first you have to understand what a proportion is, right? What a proportion is. Means, see, equality of two ratios. Equality of two ratios. Equality of two ratios. Okay, suppose let A is to B and C is to D are two ratios. Okay, see, let A is to B and C is to D are two ratios. Then proportion means if you want to introduce proportion or define proportion, then equality of two ratio means A ratio B is equal to C ratio D. How we write it? Symbolically. Symbolically, A is to B proportionate to C is to D. Is that clear? Is that clear? Is that clear? Any doubts till now? Any doubts till now? Okay. Any doubt? No? Okay. Then see, this can be written as A upon B is equal to C upon D. This will implies after doing cross multiplication, AD is equal to BC. Abhigyan present? Okay. See, now see what we see, what A, what B, what C, what D. How can we represent ABCD? See, in case if we are introducing this one, A is to B proportional to C is to D, then see what A is said to be. A, what is B, what is C, what is D. Okay, see what A. A means first. Remember, A means first proportion. Okay, clear? Any doubt? Any doubt? Any doubt? A is first. We said A is first proportion, B is second proportion, C is third proportion, and D is fourth proportion. Fourth proportion. And remember one thing. Remember, if we have been given A is to B proportion to C is to D, then jointly see this A and D and this B and C. What do we say? These are said to be extremes and these are said to be means. Is that clear? Is that clear? extremes A and D. In case of A is to B is proportion to C is to D, then A and D are said to be extremes and B and C are said to be means. And just see, after pursuing cross multiplication, we have seen that AD is equal to BC. Means there's a theorem. There's a theorem. Swab. There's a theorem. Remember this theorem. Product of mean. Sorry. Product of mean is equal to product of extremes. Product of means is equal to product of extremes. Clear now? Okay. Everything is clear. Basic concepts is clear. Basic concepts about proportion is clear. Any doubt? Any doubt till now? Fast beta. See what it is. A is to be A. What we read. What we read it. A is to B as C is to D. Mathematically, we read it as A is to B as C is to D. But don't worry, A raised to B is proportional to C raised to D. You can say this. Okay. Any issues? No? Okay. Let's proceed further. See, suppose I'm coming with an example. Okay. So, example. Suppose you have been given that 2A, 3B, see, 2A, 3B and 4C. Okay. This is the question. Okay. This is the question. Then there's a, what is fourth proportion? What is fourth proportional? Fourth proportion or proportion? Okay. What is fourth proportion? See, how can we do it? Fourth proportion means these are consecutive three proportions. Means in case of 2A is to 3B is proportionate to 4C ratio. Fourth proportion, suppose that the fourth proportion is X, means this one means 2A upon 3B is equal to 4C upon X. This implies 2A cross multiplication, 2A cross X is equal to 4C cross 3B. This implies X is equal to 4C cross 3B upon 2A, means 2 2s are 4, 3 2s are 6 BC upon A. Is that clear? Is that clear? Is that clear? Any doubt? Okay. Now see, there is a one concept on continued proportion. Continued proportion. Okay. It's about continued. What is continued proportion? Okay. What is continued proportion? See, what is continued proportion? Suppose there are only three items, A, B and C. Okay. A, B and C. If, see, one thing I would like to tell you that let A is to B is proportion to C is to D. Okay. And remember, sorry, this is not continued. Just hide it. Wait. Is B is to C. Then this one is said to be continued proportion. Any doubt? Any doubt? Any doubt? If let A is to B means if A upon B is equal to B upon C, this one is said to be continued proportion. Clear? Any doubt? Any doubt? You can message. I just I'm looking through your messages also. Don't worry. No? Oh, Sayed, present. Very good, beta. Very good. You are good boy. Very good boy. Very good boy, Sayed, and your partner, Swab. Continuous message, beta. Okay. So now, suppose this means this one implies B square is equal to AC. And remember, this is the important concept, very much important concept. Remember every time. B square. We will discuss it in sequence and series, sequences and series. We will discuss it in sequence and series and measure of central tendency in statistics. We will discuss this. Measure of central tendency. Right? Clear? Okay. Now, see. Suppose that's a question. That's a question. Let's discuss a question. Find the mean proportion. Suppose that you have to find the find the mean proportion find the mean proportion between between 64 and 81. Okay, 64 and 81. Find the mean proportion between 64 and 81. This is our question. Okay, now see, this is question. Then how can we solve mean proportion? Just we have studied B square is equal to AC. Just we have studied B square is equal to AC. It means mean proportion means B is present in between A and C. Means here 64 is representing A and 81 is representing B. Right? Means B square is equal to 64 into 81. And hope you all remember. Good evening, Amrit. I'm fine, dear. Hope you all remember, beta, that if B square is equal to 64 and 81, then B will be equal to under root 64 cross 81. That is, this implies, or we can write it as B is equal to 64 cross 81 to the power 1 upon 2. Am I right? Am I right? Very good. Raksita, well done. Raksita, honestly saying, still I'm not confirmed about anyone. Still not. 2 to 3 I am confirmed for December aspirants right now. But I'm confirmed about you. So, good luck, future CA. And this 8 cross 9. That's equal to 72. 72 is the perfect answer. Clear? Everyone clear? Don't worry, we will discuss the PYQ also. Very good, Sayyad. Well done. Well done, Sayyad. Well done. Very good, Swab. Chandan, what about you? Don't worry, just we have discussed about 3 only, A, B and C. And just let's have propose, means continued process. We'll discuss for 4 also. Don't worry. 4 also. Okay, now. Next one. Question, I think question is enough. Question is enough. Okay. See, suppose we are continuing continued proportion only. Suppose we are discussing for 4 parts. If A, B, C, D are 4 quantities, let A, B, C and D are 4 quantities. Okay, are 4 quantities. Clear? Yes, Chandan, very good. Are 4 quantities. How can we express this as continued proportion? How can we express this as continued proportion? Okay, see, how can we express it? Suppose this one, then this means A is to B is equal to B is to C is equal to C is to D is equal to dot 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 continuous. It's case of 4. If it's case of 4, then no dot dot. No dot dot and no equal. This one is final. Clear? And if we will talk about more who continued, then this is C. Remember, hope you understand the initial and terminal point. The terminal point of first ratio, the terminal point of first ratio is the initial point of second ratio, and terminal point of second ratio is initial point of third ratio. Is that clear? Got it? Got it? Is that clear, kids? Is that clear, everyone? Because now we are going to discuss the most important part of proportion. The most important part of proportion. Clear? Everyone clear? Okay. So let's proceed further. Now, see, important theorems. Some theorems. Some theorems on proportion. Some theorems on proportions, or you can say that properties of proportion, but generally we take some theorems. Generally we say it as a theorem. First one is your simple alternando. We will discuss about alternando. See, remember one thing. It's given already. If A is to B as C is to D, means A ratio B is proportional to C ratio D. Clear? If A ratio B is proportional to C ratio D, then how can we say, how can we define alternando? Then C, and I will discuss it also. A is to C is proportionate to or proportion to B is to A. B is to A. Clear? It's B. It's B is to A. Now see how I have told you that this one is alternando. See, it's A upon B is equal to C upon D. It's wait. C upon D, right? Now this will implies, just see this one, B and C. We have just interchanged the places of B and C. Then we can write it as A by C is equal to A by C is equal to, oh sorry, it's not B ratio A, it's B ratio D. A by C is equal to B upon C, right? And this will implies A is to C is proportion to B is to D. Am I right? Yes, Rakshita. Thank you, beta. Thank you so much. Yes. It's B ratio D. Clear? Is it clear? Okay. Now, see, second one. It's the case of alternando. Now, second one. And the second one is your invertendo. Invertendo. What is invertendo? What is invertendo? If A is to B, Swab, still you are feeling cold? Swab, still you are feeling cold? Swab. Then B is to A is proportionate to D is to C. Okay, this is in your invertendo. Now see how. It means given A upon B is equal to, see, inverse of A upon B according to ratio, it's B upon A, and inverse of C and D will be equal to D upon C. This will implies B is to A proportionate to D is to C. Am I right now? Is it clear? Is it clear? Is it clear? Invertendo clear? Oh, you are in blanket. Very good. So cold there, nahi? Swab, so cold. You are in blanket. Very tough situation. I'm so sorry, beta. I'm so sorry. Now third. Componendo. Clear. Okay. Now see. What is componendo? Again, let it's possible only when A is to B is proportionate to C is to D, right? Okay. Now see, what is componendo? Componendo means, remember, A upon B is equal to C upon D. See, applying the form, if we add 1 in both sides, there will be no change. There will be no change, unaltered. And see, what we do? Just LCM will be B, then it's A plus B is equal to LCM will be D, then it's equal to AC plus D. Is that clear? Means this will implies if it's case of componendo, then A plus B ratio B is proportionate to C plus D ratio D. We can write it in a small parenthesis. Clear? Means if A is to B as C is to D. Now clear? Is it clear? Is it clear? Now is the case of dividendo. Dividendo. Again, A is to B as C is to D. Right? A is to B as C is to D. Now see. This means A upon B is equal to C upon D. Right? This will, if we subtract 1 from both sides, no changes in the fraction equality, means A upon B minus 1 is equal to C upon D minus 1. Swab and Sayyid. One thing remember one thing, that it's a theoretical, it's a conceptual class. But in case when I'll discuss the problem session, means question session, you both should be the first to reply me. Okay? Otherwise, you know what I can do. Okay, see. Again, take LCM. A minus B upon B will be equal to C minus D upon D. Suppose this as 1 and this as 2. Means what is dividendo, beta? Beta, what is dividendo? Dividendo means A ratio B, means A is to B as C is to D, will imply A minus B is to B as C minus D is to D. Is that clear? Is that clear, everyone? Okay, now see, the most important, which is very much useful and important for your examination, and that mixed of component, that is componendo and dividendo. Componendo and dividendo. In short, we write it as C and D. C and D. Okay, see what we have seen. First go for 1. This one is 1. This one is 1 and this one is 2. Okay, then what we'll do? 1 upon 2 implies 1 was A plus B upon B, and in this case A minus B upon B, and that's equal to C plus D upon D upon C minus D upon D. And now this will implies this BB cancelled, this DD cancelled. This will implies A plus B upon A minus B is equal to C plus D upon C minus D, and this is said to be C and D. Is it clear? Means componendo and dividendo. Is it clear, beta? Is it clear? Is it clear, everyone? Okay, now let's proceed to some questions. Some questions. The case of question. Okay, see. The most important and basic question. You will find it in every book, and still you can understand that it's in my mind always, because usually I discuss this question. If x is equal to 4ab upon a plus b, okay, then we have to find the value of x plus 2a upon x minus 2a plus x plus 2b upon x minus 2b is equal to what? This is the question. And I have already told you that these value will be equal to 2 only. See how? Remember, we have x is equal to 4ab upon a plus b. Okay, this implies it's a plus b. This will implies 2a into 2b upon a plus b. Am I right? Am I right? Now, this will implies x upon 2a is equal to 2b upon a plus b, and x upon 2b is equal to 2a upon a plus b. Any doubt till now? Any doubt till now? Any doubt till now? Varsa, is it clear? Varsa beta, is it clear? Tell me fast. I'm watching your answers. I'm watching your responses. Any doubt? Fast. Clear, everyone? Okay, now see, applying componendo and dividendo. In this we will apply componendo, and in this too we will apply componendo and dividendo. Now see how we can proceed. Applying componendo and dividendo. It's a upon b. It's the form of a upon b is equal to c upon d, means x plus 2a upon x minus 2a. That will be equal to 2b plus a plus b upon 2b minus into a plus b, and this one is sign of and. X plus 2b upon x minus 2b is equal to 2a plus a plus b upon 2a minus into a plus b. Is that clear? Now, this will implies x plus 2a upon x minus 2a is equal to 3b plus a upon 2b minus a minus b, and x plus 2b upon x minus 2b, that will be equal to 3a plus b upon 2a minus b. Is it clear? Okay. This will imply x plus 2a upon x minus 2a is equal to 3b plus a upon b minus a, and remember, just it's a sorted. There's a sortex. I'm elaborating it analytically. Remember, that's why it's taking time. It's an easy question, and you have a direct answer. The answer is 2. Simple. Okay. And then x plus 2b upon x minus 2b is equal to 3a plus b upon a minus b, right? And now this will imply, see, if we suppose this one as 1 and this is as 2, 1 plus 2 implies 1 plus 2 implies x plus 2a upon x minus 2a plus x plus 2b upon x minus 2b is equal to 3b plus a upon b minus a plus 3a plus b upon a minus b, right? So this was our question, na? This was our question, na? We have time to find the value of this one, right? Now see, it's a minus b, it's b minus a. Can we write it as 3b plus a upon a minus b minus of 3a plus b upon b minus a, right? So LCM is b minus a. Now we can write it as 3b plus a minus 3a minus b, and that's equal to 2b minus 2a upon b minus a, and that's equal to twice of b minus a upon b minus a, and this b minus a is cancelled and we will get the value 2. Is it clear? Is it clear? Is it clear, beta? Everyone? Is it clear? Okay. Now, see, one important result. It's also said to be addendo. Important result. This is important result. Remember, important result is the case of, generally I say ask such type of question from this concept. I say generally ask question from this concept. Remember this. Okay. If A is to B, okay, is equal to C is to D is equal to E is to F is equal to, and so on, then each ratio will be equal to sum of antecedents upon sum of consequence. Is it clear, beta? That is will be equal to A plus C plus E plus dot 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 upon B plus D plus F plus, and this is also represented as addendo. Clear? Let's have a question on this concept. Let's have a question. This is my signature question. Usually I ask these questions. Question is, suppose you have been given if A upon B plus C, okay, if A upon B plus C is equal to B upon C plus A is equal to C upon A plus B, each ratio will be equal to what? This is a question. Clear? Okay. Now see, what we have discussed right now each ratio is equal to sum of antecedents upon sum of consequents. So that will be equal to A plus B plus C upon B plus C plus C plus A plus A plus B. And that's equal to A plus B plus C upon C, B, C, A. Twice of A plus B plus C. A plus B plus C will be cancelled. That's equal to 1 upon 2. Is it clear? Is it clear? 1 upon 2. And see, if A plus B plus C is not equal to 0, then only this is possible. I think beta it's a power cut, and let's hope that class should not be cancelled. If generator will not be started, then it will create a problem. If I'll be offline, then we'll take by tomorrow. Okay. Obviously, proportion has been ended. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Wait. Right? No power cut. Don't worry. So this 1 by 2 is possible only when A plus B plus C is not equal to 0. Suppose I told you, I say ask a question. If A plus B plus C is equal to 0, then I say I can ask this question. I can ask this question that if A plus B plus C is equal to 0, then what will happen? Right? So see, it's about A upon B plus C. Right? Then can we write it as A upon A plus B plus C minus A? Right? And we have been given that A plus B plus C is equal to 0. If A plus B plus C is equal to 0, then we have the case, this one, that's equal to A upon 0 minus A, and that's equal to A upon minus A, and that's equal to minus 1. So remember, similarly, B upon C plus A will be equal to minus 1, and C upon A plus B will be also be equal to minus 1. And remember one thing, if A plus B plus C is not equal to 0, then each ratio will be equal to 1 upon 2, and if A plus B plus C is equal to 0, then each ratio will be equal to. So I think I have to disconnect the class due to power cut. Okay. Till then, take care.